Good morning students. Welcome to our class on Sikhi. So I hope you started reading your text. You read that chapter because some of you were asking questions from the second part. That means the rest of the chapter which we hadn't taken it. So I believe that you read the text. So let us see what is there in the rest of the story. Page number 52 starts with Anne Frank's diary. What she has written in her diary, in the first pages of the diary. So in the first pages she is talking about her class. Okay, so she is telling that her class was quacking in boots in one day. So quacking in boots means they were very nervous and tense. So what can be the reason? The reason is that day their teachers are going to announce, they are going for a meeting to decide the promotion, whether these students are promoted to the next form. Form means class, next class. So she is telling that the discussion was going on in the class about this among the students, okay, and they were making bets each other that some of them will fail, some of them will pass and all, and she is telling that such a nervousness was going on in the class whether everyone will get promoted. And in her opinion, the part of class should sit in the class, that class itself. That means part of the class should be detained, not to be promoted. Again, towards the end of that paragraph, she is telling that teachers are unpredictable creatures, not characters. She is telling that teachers are unpredictable creatures. Why she is saying so? Because you can't predict whether they will detain a particular student or promote them to the other class. It is her opinion. Okay, teachers are unpredictable character, and the reason why she said is, in her opinion, quarter of the class should be detained in the same class itself, but we can't say what the teachers will decide, whether they will promote these students or whether they will make these students sit in the same class. And she is telling that she and her friends will pass to the next class, there is no doubt. But she is not that sure about a particular subject, it's maths, just like many of you, right? So she is not sure about that particular chapter maths, but she knows that her friends and herself will get passed to promoted to the next form. Again, in the next paragraph, she is telling us that she is very good with all her 9 teachers. There is a little bit of annoyance goes between herself and her maths teacher, Mr. Keesing, because she is a very talkative girl and Mr. Keesing doesn't like that. He gets annoyed by her this particular nature of talking too much. And she shares her experience with us, and she says that in one class, Mr. Keesing had given her an extra work for talking too much, and the extra work was to write an essay on the topic a chatterbox. And she is asking us, what should I write about a chatterbox? What is there to write? Anyway, she jotted down the heading, this title in her notebook, and closed the book and tucked it in her bag. When she reached at home and she completed all her homework, she remembered about this particular work. She took her book outside and she wanted to write the essay, and she is telling that she just doesn't want to write anything in that essay. She wanted to write the relevance of talking, the necessity of talking. She wants to give proof. She wants to give believable arguments that talking is necessary for us. And she writes an essay upon this argument, putting forward these arguments, and she is telling that this talking is a necessary trait of a student. But she will try to control herself. She will not talk too much. Still, she won't be able to control because her mother talks too much, and she has inherited this character from her mother. So she is telling that it is inherited trait, so I can't do much, but I will try to control myself. I won't talk in the class. So this is how the essay ends, and she submits this essay to Mr. Keesing, and Mr. Keesing laughs at this essay. Next lesson also she went on talking, and Mr. Keesing gave her another essay. And the title is given as An Incorrigible Chatterbox. See, once she got a punishment, she wrote the essay and submitted. Again, she talked in the class. Mr. Keesing gave another punishment. He asked her to write another essay, an incorrigible chatterbox. She wrote 2-3 pages of essays and submitted it to Mr. Keesing. For a few days, she didn't talk in the class. But after you might have understood her character is like that. So after a few days, she started to talk again. This time, Mr. Keesing gave it as a punishment. The other time it was extra works. This time he gave it as a punishment and he asked her to write a poem on the topic quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. So this was a real punishment. But she thought that Mr. Keesing, her maths teacher, is making fun of her. He wanted to make joke out of her, but she decided to make him part of the joke. And her friend Sain also offered her help because Sain is good at writing poetry. Sain also offered her help, and our Anne Frank wrote the poem with the title Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. In the poem, there were few characters, a mother duck, a father swan and 3 baby ducklings who were bitten to death by the father swan. She wrote such a poem and submitted to Mr. Keesing. Mr. Keesing enjoyed that poem too much and he shared the poem with the class along with his comments. So Anne Frank is telling that after that, Keesing's character also changed. He started to crack jokes in the class. He became such a good teacher for the class. So this is what she has written in the diary in the first day, June 20th. Okay. So here also she is telling us, you can relate her thought. Teachers are unpredictable creature. So I believe you understood the story. In the first part of this story, she is giving us a picture of her family, how she got the diary and why she named it as Kitty, why she considered it as one of the best friends. And in the second part, she is sharing with us her experience of writing the diaries and how Mr. Keesing gave the essay and how all the 3 times how she wrote it and submitted it back to him. So take down the notes, download the notes. A few more questions are added to the note. So definitely download it, see the URL and attend the test today itself before 7 p.m. Till we meet in our next class. Bye-bye.